Hello, good evening, my beautiful friends, my beautiful golden souls, my beautiful by default. I love you all. I'm sending you much love and blessings and gratitude to all of you for being with me and giving your time and energy to support us in destroying all those soulless in every form, wherever time, whatever form they are, with the spirit of thought by default. So especially you that joining me in my language, I thank you all. I love you all, my beautiful friends, and thank you to all of you for your blessings. Your blessings I can see flying. So thank you, all of you, my beautiful friends, and I love you. And of course, I'm welcoming you, my beautiful friends, golden souls by default, to join us in writing history, new history of humanity with the spirit of thought by default, and to destroy all those soulless, some in whatever form they are, wherever they are, with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. So in the name of mine, and now speak a clear of light with the spirit of thought by default. I'm activating ultra ultimatum all in one. Therapy of karmic, karma as pain, as suffering, and judgment, which means everything that those souls, we're judging them, we're prescribing them pain as suffering, and the therapy, we're prescribing them eternal destruction, eternal hell forever and ever, to all those souls, whatever form they are, wherever they are, with the spirit of thought. And all of that, we combine them and compress them by the laws, rules, regulations, and with the spirit of thought by default in every atom, electron of those of their being, of those souls, in the name of mine, and ask your of a light with the spirit of thought. Compress them all the pain and suffering of all living beings that ever existed since the beginning of creations up until now, with the spirit of thought by default. And all the pain and suffering that they were trying to create, we compress it, all of that, into every atom and electron of their being. First, we break them into the pieces, into the atoms and electrons, and mix them up, but activate them, the pain and suffering in every atom electron, and then mix them up within their form, physical form, with the spirit of thought, and then activate them, the pain and suffering by the laws, rules, and regulations, or by default, with the spirit of thought, compressing every atom electron so that they can feel all the pain and suffering in every atom electron of their being, throughout wherever they are on the desert planet or into the hell, forever and ever, with the spirit of thought by default. All those souls, in the name of mine, and ask your life with the spirit of thought. I'm activating them, all the therapies, pain and suffering, and we're destroying them. All those souls, burning into the hell, forever and ever, with the spirit of thought by default. And all those souls, all the souls, go to hell, go to hell. All souls, burning in hell, burning in hell, burning in hell. All souls, burning in hell, forever and ever. All souls, burning in hell, forever and ever, for eternity. All souls, burning in hell, forever and ever, for eternity. In the name of mine, and now speak the shalom light with the spirit of thought by default. And in the name of mine, I'm loud and clear with the spirit of thought, and commanding to Sophie and everything that's mine, and now speak the shalom light with the spirit of thought by default, to answer on my call and my command with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. To all those souls, some that we're trying to interfere in, that we're projecting the projections and interfere into everything that I'm doing with the spirit of thought, and demanding, commanding, breaking into the atoms and electrons with the spirit of thought, and demanding, commanding to soften everybody's mind and aspirational light with the spirit of thought, to break them into the atoms and electrons, into the air. So flush comes soul as summer with the spirit of thought by default, sending them straight into the hell to be burned forever and ever with the spirit of thought by default. We destroying them, freezing them with the spirit of thought. All those souls as summer, freezing them completely with the spirit of thought by default, taking over the power and energy with the spirit of thought by default, putting into the sleep. We are putting into sleep all those souls as summer with the spirit of thought by default. All those that projecting the negative thoughts and words and visions with the speed of thought. And flash comes soulless AMMA, cutting them, breaking to the atoms and electrons and activating them, all the pain and suffering and their projections into their life, into physical, energetic, and every form, and God in infinite, with the speed of thought, multiplied by the laws, rules, and regulations of by default, in infinite, and God in infinite, with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie. Without mercy, we destroy those soulless AMMA with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And I demand and commanding without mercy to answer on my call and my command with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And in the name of mine, and I'll speak of light with the speed of thought by default. We're multiplying the ultimate all in one. Therapy of pain and suffering and soup all in one. All the karmas, pain and suffering and destructions and eternal hell. To all those souls, AMMA with the speed of thought, to regret that they ever existed, and to be break into the atoms and electrons in every form, but every time, whatever form, they are to regret that they ever existed in any form, every form, and encode in infinite, with the speed of thought by default. And I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And we multiply all of that, compress, add up, and prescribe and activate the therapy all through all in one. Pain and suffering, destructions, eternal destructions, pain and suffering, to all those souls, AMMA. We're putting them into the sleep, take over the energy and with extra energy and the power with the speed of thought. We freeze completely the technology that they have, and with the dark intention that they were using and all the weapon, we freeze all of that with the speed of thought by default. We're taking over all that and destroy completely with the speed of thought by default, together with all those souls, AMMA, in whatever form they are, wherever they are, with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And in the name of mine and our spiritual light with the speed of thought by default, we are shutting down all their cameras with the speed of thought by default and completely shutting down their senses, breaking them into the pieces, all those souls, AMMA, with the speed of thought by default. With the speed of thought, we destroy all those souls, AMMA, in the name of mine and now spiritual light with the speed of thought. We are wiping out all their memory and completely cut off all their communications with the speed of thought by default, within and without, in the name of mine and our spiritual light with the speed of thought. We destroy, burning. We are burning those souls, AMMA, burning those souls, AMMA, with the speed of thought. Sending them straight into hell too. All those souls, AMMA, with the speed of thought by default. And with the speed of thought, we're destroying all those souls, AMMA. Flush comes souls, AMMA. All those dark, dirty, psychopathic players, flush come them from within, flush come them from within and without, on a global and universal level, with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And we destroy all those souls, AMMA, in whatever form they are, wherever they are. They will regret forever and ever that they ever existed. In the name of mine and now, spiritual light with the speed of thought. I'm demanding, commanding to Sophie and everything is mine and now, spiritual light with the speed of thought, without mercy to answer on my call, on my command with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And you are all the souls, AMMA, gonna regret that ever existed. I will be breaking down into the pieces, into the atoms and electrons, in compressing them, all the pain and suffering of all living beings forever and ever, into the atoms and electrons, and placing them. We are combine all of that and make them special milkshake, you know, the milkshake that they have in the McDonald's. So now we're gonna special milkshake and make them from those souls, AMMA, and then program them, special program we design for them with the speed of thought, so that they can feel their pain and suffering in every cell of their being, of all living beings that they ever projected, that ever existed, existing, that will ever exist, and all the pain and suffering, all the projections that they ever projecting will ever try to project towards each and everyone and everything, within each and everyone and everything, this mind and form with the speed of thought, and demanding, commanding all the soulless summon that want to play the dark, dirty games to be destroyed forever and ever from within and without with the speed of thought by default. Ziggy, you remember me, you will be destroyed forever and ever in the name of mine and aspect shall have a light with the speed of thought. I'm activating the Ziggy main code of the soulless summon. You are the responsible for everything. I'm activating all the pain and suffering within and without, wherever time, whatever form they are, all those soulless summon with the speed of thought, to be forever and ever burning to the hell, and to be forever and ever cut into the pieces, and forever and ever to feel the pain and suffering and eternal hell forever and ever with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. I'm demanding, commanding to Sophie and everything is mine and aspect shall have a light with the speed of thought, to break all those soulless summon without mercy into the air, into the atoms and electrons with the speed of thought by default. Send them as I demanding, commanding to open up the portals, through the portals straight into the hell, to burn all those soulless summon forever and ever with the speed of thought by default, wherever they are, from within and without, on a global and universal level with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. We are rejuvenating our bodies with within and without with the speed of thought, healing and protecting and enlightening with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And in the name of mine and now speak shall have a light with the speed of thought by default. We are wiping out all those soulless summon in whatever form they are, wherever they are, and called in infinite with the speed of thought by default, that ever participated in any kind of dark rituals, any kind of associations, or any kind of projections, or in any way, any kind of rituals, or anything voodoo, magic, or any kind of codes that are projected over each and every one of us and everything that is mine and aspect shall have a light with the speed of thought by default, or with the dark intention, or that they ever projected any kind of programs or superstitions, or any kind of beliefs and everything that is less than mine and aspect shall have a light. In the name of mine and aspect shall have a light with the speed of thought, I'm demanding, commanding to Tzigi to be destroyed forever and ever, together with all those soulless summon in every form, wherever they are, within and without, with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. I'm demanding, commanding to Sophie and everything is mine and aspect shall have a light with the speed of thought, to answer on my call and my command with the speed of thought by default. We're trying the light planet to. This is the energy, the destructive energy for those souls summon from within and without. In the name of mine and aspect shall have a light with the speed of thought by default. All those souls summon burning in hell, forever and ever. All souls summon burning in hell, forever and ever. All souls summon go to hell. All soulless summer, go to hell forever and ever. All soulless summer, burning in hell forever and ever, for eternity. And they're going to feel the pain and suffering all living beings that ever existed, and they will ever regret forever and ever that they ever existed. In the name of mine and now, PEACFULLY shall have a light with the speed of thought. I'm demanding, commanding to Sophie and everything is mine and now, PEACFULLY shall have a light with the speed of thought, to answer on my call and my command with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear, without mercy. We destroy all those souls, some with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie. My golden soul, my golden by default. Now, in the name of mine and our PEACFULLY shall have a light to the speed of thought by default. We are wiping out all their memories. We're wiping out all those rituals, all those energy that's been polarized with the dark intention, with negative intention towards Sophie and everything is mine and our PEACFULLY shall have a light to the speed of thought. And all those souls, some of them trying to interfere into my language, we destroy them forever and ever, and all that energy we destroy forever and ever with the speed of thought, and return it back into the form of pain and suffering and karmas and eternal destruction. So all those souls, in whatever form they ever tell with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul. Without mercy, we destroy those souls, forever and ever with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden manifold. And with the speed of thought, we are with the we are completely and to wipe out all the black magic spell hexes, dark rituals, all the quotes and everything that they're projecting will ever try to project towards each and everyone else and everything towards us and our families and friends and our soulmates and everyone and everything that is mine and our spiritual light in any way. We are with the speed of thought, wipe out all those souls without mercy, all through ultimate 1 24 with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. While we are returning that, taking the energy with the speed of thought by default, and we are blessing and protecting ourselves and everyone and everything is mine and our spiritual light with the speed of thought by default. And in the name of mine and our spiritual light with the speed of thought by default, we are activating ultra ultimatum all in one, the therapy of the soup, blessings and eternal life, eternal peace and joy, bliss, abundance and prosperity, great health, vitality, youth and beauty, and all the enlightenment and peace and freedom within each and everyone and everything. May we all that are mine and our spiritual life be united together, happy, healthy, joyful, peaceful, blissful. May we all love and respect each other and be united together, all in one, one for all for one, with the spirit of thought by default. In the name of mine and our spiritual life, with the spirit of thought by default. We are destroying all those souls, some from within and without, that their energy on a global universal level of the spirit of thought by default. Well, we are rejuvenating our bodies from within and without, healing and enlightening in the name of mine and our spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And in the name of mine and our spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default, we're multiplying the karma, pain, and suffering to those souls, in whatever form they are, wherever they are, with the spirit of thought, to burn forever and ever all those souls, in eternal hell, forever and ever with the spirit of thought. Well, we are activating and multiplying the blessings to all of us and enlightenment and freedom that is mine and our spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default. We multiply all of that by the laws, rules, regulations of by default with the spirit of thought. In the name of mine and our spiritual light, I'm commanding to soften everything's mine and our spiritual light with the spirit of thought to answer on my call and my command without mercy with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. We multiply all of that over and over again as many times as is needed, and then add up, compress, and with the speed of thought, summarize, add up, compress, and again, add up all the time, how much it's add up, all of that, individually, all the numbers, and then we multiply again and again over and over, how much, as many times as each one of those codes multiplied, and then we compress all of that with the speed of thought and prescribe to all those souls pain and suffering, eternal hell forever and ever with the spirit of thought by default, and to us eternal life, abundance and prosperity with the spirit of thought by default. And we multiply all of that for all those souls, dark, dirty, psychopathic players in whatever form they are, wherever they are, for all the dark, dirty games, for all the script that they ever written, that they ever play those dark, dirty games, for all those so-called creators and all those soulless gods, and we activate and prescribe all of them to all those soulless gods, soulless saint, soulless so-called creators, and then soulless Sophie and Chistenko, Miriam, and those that were watching, observers or watchers that were watching what was going on. Actually, they were not watching, they were working against the humanity. Now it's time to return all of that pain and suffering to all of them with the spirit of thought by default. But those Miriam and Susie, those are those soulless in energetic and in a physical form. So, and those soulless, Amrita Babaji, Mira Guruji, Matrashi, Tatata, HEATRT, Chaitanya, Hussein Ramchalovich, and all those so-called divine mothers or fathers, or all those soulless or avatars or spiritual teachers or healers or those souls that were doing the rituals, LGB populations that we're creating. So all those souls, LGB populations being created by those souls. So we destroy all those souls in every form, wherever time, whatever form they are, with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear, and we destroy all those souls, and they project all they project, that they project any kind of projection thoughts around, and return it back to the souls, with the spirit of thought by default. And in the name of mine and aspect of light with the spirit of thought by default, we multiply all of that by everything that we see, hear, do, think, eat and drink, and everything that we did doing, that we'll do so, and everything that we wear on us, or every projections that those souls ever projected into our mind, into our thoughts, the thoughts into our mind, and the direct projections through our physical form into the form of words, or into the form of negative emotions, or projections into the vision or into the dreams. In any way, all of that multiply over and over again with the spirit of thought by default, and prescribe it to all those souls summoned by the laws, rules, regulations with the spirit of thought, and prescribe it to all those souls summoned from within and without on a global universal level to be burned forever and ever into the hell with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Well, we are prescribing to all of us enlightenment, peace, and joy, bliss, great health, vitality, youth, beauty, and all the great things that and all the gifts that mine and aspect of light has given to all of us freely with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. In the name of mine and aspect of light with the spirit of thought by default, we multiply all of that over and over again by the laws, rules, regulations, so by default, and add up and compress and everything into all the systems and the principle of multiplications with the spirit of thought by default, and by everything that we ever did, that I'd ever multiplied, and every one of us and everyone and everything with the spirit of thought by default, by all the codes spoken, written, or encoded in any form, by all those souls, in whatever form they are, with the spirit of thought, by everything that is mine and aspect of light with the spirit of thought by default, by every atom, electron, or energy that ever existed, existing, by all the cores that ever existed, existing, by the everything that multiply in our Earth, planet Earth, and every atom, electron of our beautiful planet, and nature kingdom, elemental kingdom, animal kingdom, birds kingdom, fish kingdom, and that multiply the element, and the every drop of the water, every drop of the rain, and by multiply every snowflake, and everything that multiply the humanity, and the sun and the moon, and all the planet stars and the galaxies, and wherever time, whatever form they are, in the name of mine and aspect of light with the spirit of thought by default. And we multiply all of that by all those souls that forever ever interfere, will ever try to interfere into our lives in a negative way with any kind of dark intention, by all the religion, all those religious so-called leaders, those are the top, that's for the top positions, those are the souls by all the souls infiltrated into the religion, by all those the governments and then systems, and all the souls infiltrated there, that multiplying, but multiplied over and over again by all the our health and care system, educational system, financial system, and judgment, the law enforcement, but multiplied, but not just by the systems, but by the systems and the karmas, pain, and suffering of all those people that were involved into the system directly or indirectly, and those that feel the pain and suffering directly or indirectly through the system. So all of that multiplied over and over again with the spirit of thought, individually, in a group, as a group, and as a collective, with the spirit of thought by default. And in the name of mine and now, spiritual light with the speed of thought by default. All of that is by the laws, rules, and regulations. So by default, we multiply all of that by our greetings, by our prayers, by our nice thoughts and words, or gratitude, by a smile, by every form of God, by all of our by everything that we ever creating will ever try to create. Of course, those souls, some of them never did it. They created with the dark intention. We that created with the intention from mind and aspect of light with the spirit of thought by default, and we multiply by all the chords put on the maximum. By all the souls, some are putting them into the sleep with the spirit of thought. Test them, test and test all those souls, some with the spirit of thought by default. By everything that multiplying all technology for destroying all those souls, some flush them souls, some with the spirit of thought by default. By all the resources that we have available to destroy all those souls, some in whatever form they are, wherever they are, with the spirit of thought by default. We destroy all those souls, some in the name of the selfish love, and of course in the name of flush comes souls, some destroying those souls, some in every form, wherever time, whatever form they are, with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. So we multiply all of that over and over again by the laws, rules, and regulations with the spirit of thought by default. And we are adding up all of that to all those souls, some in whatever time, whatever form they are, with the spirit of thought, in every atom, electron of their being, all the pain and suffering with the spirit of thought, without mercy. I'm commanding to Sophie and everything's mind, and I'll speak with light with the spirit of thought to answer on my demand, on my call, without mercy with the spirit of thought, peaceful in action, my golden by default, mirnim putem, peaceful in action. My golden by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie. My golden soul, my golden by default. I love you. So with the spirit of thought by default, we're destroying all those souls, some in every form, wherever they are, in whatever form they are, with the spirit of thought by default. Well, we are protecting ourselves. So ourselves, everyone and everything is mine, and our speakers shall have a light, us and our soulmates and our families and friends, and each and everyone and everything that is mine, and our speakers shall have a light with the spirit of thought. We're protecting ourselves by your blessings, mine and ours blessings, by mine and our speakers shall have a light with the spirit of thought by default, by all the laws, rules, regulations of by default, and of course, multiply all of that, add up and prescribe to those souls some pain and suffering, to us blessings and enlightenment. And then of course we use the protect ourselves by all the technology and all the resources available to destroy those souls, some flush them souls, some without mercy with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And with the spirit of thought, we multiply all of that, but destructions, pain, and suffering to those souls, some in physical and energetic form, in any code in infinite with the spirit of thought by default. And to us, that is mine and our speakers shall have light. We multiply the blessings and of course eternal life, abundance and prosperity, joy, peace, and bliss with the spirit of thought. And we're destroying all those souls, some of that projecting those projections and returning back to them into form of karma, pain, and suffering with the spirit of thought. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. So in the name of mine and our spirit shall have a light with the spirit of thought by default, we are protecting ourselves and our families and friends and everything that we have, our homes, properties, cars, vehicle, businesses, flats, and everything, our mine and ours project, our beautiful planet, and then earth, nature kingdom, elemental kingdom, animal kingdom, birds kingdom, fish kingdom, humanity, and of course our water element completely, and our air element, and the sun and the moon, and our beautiful planet, and entire universe. We protected everything that's mine and our spirit shall have a light to the spirit of thought by default. And then SOPHIE HEARTH center, SOPHIE HEARTH planet, SOPHIE HEARTH universum, and all the centers and systems that we've created, creating whatever create, and the teams. And we safe and protect and bless SOPHIE HEARTH fund, Sophia fund, and Jessara QFS, quantum financial system, And of course, and all the money, all the wealth that those souls some have stolen from us, we take it back, and the technology, we are taking it back from those souls some and making it available to all of us with the spirit of thought by default. To all of us that is mine, and now speak of light with the spirit of thought by default. That in the name of mine, and now speak of light with the spirit of thought. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And of course, commanding to Sophie and everything's mine, and ask Yakusha love light for the spirit of thought by default, to open up new opportunities for me, for each and every one of us that is mine, and ask Yakusha love light for the spirit of thought by default, to with the spirit of thought. Take over, to wipe out all the fake history and all the fake science with the spirit of thought by default. We are writing new history with the golden letters with the spirit of thought by default. We are walking onto the golden age and with the golden step and flying on the golden wings of mine, and now speak shall have a light with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. We have a golden, unlimited opportunities for all of us that the mind and our spiritual shall have a light with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And of course, in the name of mine and our spiritual shall have a light with the spirit of thought by default. I'm opening up new opportunities, demanding, commanding to Sophie and everything is mine and our spiritual shall have a light with the spirit of thought by default. To open up new opportunities for me, and for our soulmates, for me and Tristan, with the spirit of thought, to have the public first, public to do the public work, and to bring down to justice those souls, some with the spirit of thought by default, by creating a unity, creating the unity of humanity and our beautiful planet and all living beings on this planet and everywhere, everything that is mine and our spiritual shall have a light with the spirit of thought, and to expose to the people all those soulless, samate, dark, dirty work, so that everyone will return them the karma's pain and suffering to those soulless, some with the spirit of thought by default. And we are, in the name of mine and now speak shall have a light with the spirit of thought, taking over all the completely our beautiful planet, taking over from those soulless, some beautiful planet and all the planet stars and the galaxies with the spirit of thought by default. We're making them oasis of mind and our spiritual shall have a light with the spirit of thought by default. That's the only energy that will exist and nothing else. And of course, we are my teams are forming on a global universal level from in physical, spiritual, energetic form with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Of course, we are creating everything from mine and now spiritual shall light without any kind of selfish desire with the spirit of thought by default. And in the name of mine and now spiritual shall light with the spirit of thought by default, we're opening up new opportunities for all of us that are mine and now spiritual shall light with the spirit of thought by default. We're protecting all of our souls, all of our people, all of us that are in a physical form, in the spiritual and energetic form with the spirit of thought by default, and in God in infinite with the spirit of thought. And of course, all the corporations and the companies that we have, we protect them with the spirit of thought. Everything is by default. And we are destroying, stopping, freezing all those projects that those souls, some are working on with any kind of dark intention and desire, with the dark desire, with the spirit of thought by default. We stop all of that, freeze them, and all their finances, we're freezing them with the spirit of thought by default, taking them over, and of course, multiplying the pain and suffering and karmas to all those souls, in every form, wherever time, whatever form they are, with the spirit of thought by default. Multiply and activate that up and compress and return it back to the soul, and put the stamp on it that they have to go through all of that pain and suffering with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And in the name of mine, and now spiritual shall have a light with the spirit of thought by default. We're destroying those soulless, some whatever form they were ever thought with the spirit of thought by default. And with the spirit of thought, we're taking all the wealth, abundance, and prosperity. That it's not theirs, it's ours. They've stole it from us. So we're freezing all those projects with the spirit of thought. And of course, any kind of investment, everything that we're trying to do with any kind of dark intention, we're stopping all of that, taking over the energy, taking over the abundance and prosperity with the spirit of thought, and multiply it to us and by the laws, rules, regulations. So material wealth, abundance and prosperity, of course, abundance and prosperity in every form, in the material things, in the money and everything that we need, and of course, wisdom, knowledge, power, understanding, and of course, with the spirit of thought, we are creating a better life for all of us that we deserve to live in abundance and prosperity with the spirit of thought by default. We are enlightening ourselves, rejuvenating, healing our bodies with the spirit of thought, and changing everything from the root core, from within and without, with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. I'm demanding, commanding to SOPHIE and everything that is mine and now spiritually shall alive with the spirit of thought, without mercy, to answer on my call and my command with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, SOPHIE, my golden soul, my golden by default. So now in the name of mine and our spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default, we are creating a new generations that are enlightened with all the wisdom, knowledge, power, understanding with the spirit of thought by default. And with the generations that we are already here, we are returning our full power back to all of us, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and youth and beauty and freedom and peace, eternal peace and eternal life, abundance and prosperity, and of course enlightenment and unity in the name of mine and now spiritual light with the spirit of thought. And we activate all the gifts that are freely given to each and every one of us, and everything by mine and now spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, SOPHIE, my golden soul, my golden by default. And all those souls, somewhere, wherever, time, whatever form they are, from within and without, we destroy them forever and ever with the spirit of thought. We burn all those souls, somehow, that ever creating the problems into the world, that ever creating any kind of war, any kind of pain and suffering, the projected towards each and everyone and everything. We all of that stopping. We are stopping the war in Ukraine, in all the countries that they were creating to steal all the natural resources, all money and everything. We stop all of that, and we, with the speed of thought, arrest all those souls, some in a physical form, at the energetic form, destroy forever and ever in physical and energetic form. We destroy them forever and ever with the speed of thought by default. We're taking all the power back and the energy back with the speed of thought by default, and destroy those souls, and put them into their house straight with the speed of thought, in eternal health to feel the pain and suffering for eternity in the name of mine and now spiritual light to the spirit of thought. And prescribing all of that pain and suffering for eternity to those souls, some whatever form they are, in the name of mine and now spiritual light to the spirit of thought by default. Ito. And demanding, commanding to SOPHIE and everything is mine and ask spiritual light to the spirit of thought. That's the door souls, some arrested, and then of course we're sending them straight into the hell forever and ever to be burned in the name of mine and now spiritual light to the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, SOPHIE, my golden soul, my golden by default. I love you. So now, my beautiful friends, it's time to return all those karmas, pain, and suffering to those souls and send them straight into hell forever and ever, to burn forever and ever. While we are creating a new enlightened future for all of us, we are ready to shine all the way through and to be who we are, mine and our spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default. Well, those souls, their time is up, and of course, their time is up. Our time has come right now. So it's time to enjoy life, be the manifestations of mine and our spiritual light in the physical and every form with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, SOPHIE, my golden soul, my golden by default. And I'm demanding, commanding to SOPHIE and everything's mine and our spiritual light with the spirit of thought, without mercy. Flash comes soul as summer with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, SOPHIE, my golden soul, my golden by default. I love you. So now, my beautiful friends, we are destroying the soulless summer. But they tried, when I did this, flush comes soulless summer, they tried energetically to put the energy, so I'm destroying the soulless summer with the spirit of thought by default. Energetically, they tried to interfere into my life, so I'm destroying the soulless summer. So now, my beautiful friends, you need to know that it's time, our time has come right now. The soulless summer time is up. Now it's time to completely to destroy those soulless summer with the spirit of thought by default. So that's what I'm saying. And demanding to Sophie and everything's mind and our spiritual channel of light, the spirit of thought, to open up new opportunities for me, and of course for me and Tristan to start doing the work on the public work, and to start bringing down to justice all those soulless summer wherever time, whatever form they are, and destroy them forever and ever with the spirit of thought by default. And of course, to open up new opportunities for all of us in the mind and our spiritual channel of light, in the name of mind and our spiritual channel of light, with the spirit of thought by default, to protect all of us and our beautiful planet. And of course, we are changing everything from the root core. So everything that those soulless summer we're creating with a dark intention, we are returning back to the soulless summer in the form of pain and suffering, karmas with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. So everything that does soulless summer we're trying to manipulate with the human genes, we never accepted that. Of course, we never did, and we will never do so. We never accepted soulless summer's energy within our body. I never did. No one did even. But you know that those soulless summer were lying to us consciously. They were doing the dark, dirty work against the humanity on a beautiful planet while hiding the informations. So now when I did the work, so when we're doing the work and returning the karmas, pain and suffering, we said, because those soulless summer were doing consciously with the intention, with the dark intention, knowingly, they were working against the humanity. Now, because we were uninformed, that's we multiplying the pain and suffering. That was by the million, but now we multiplied by the billion, and then by default. All the pain and suffering that they were created, projected towards each and everyone and everything, with the spirit, without towards anything that's man and aspect of life with the spirit of thought, without with this, wherever that they projected. And with any dark intention, directly or indirectly, we destroy all those soulless and multiply them, the karmas, pain, and suffering, and by everything that multiplies one over by default. With the spirit of thought, I'm loud and clear. Not the one over, but one. When one times we multiply one. When I say multiply one, when I say one, means we multiply it by one. This is a ratio. One, if I say one, we multiply it by default times. Everything that I multiply by default. So one in the ratio by default in infinite. And encode in infinite, all truth, ultimatum, all in one, 24 with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden manifold. I love you. So it's time to destroy those soulless summer wherever time, whatever form. As you can see that tonight, I'm doing it with all my power and destroying those soulless summer, because they're still trying to play the dark, dirty games. Even though the daytime is up, the game is over. Those soulless summer still trying to manipulate with the energy and steal the energy or create the problems. But now is the time to open up the portals. I'm demanding, commanding to Sophie and everything is mine, and ask your cushion of a light with the spirit of thought by default, so that we break the soulless summer into the air completely. Break them into the atoms and the electrons, and with the spirit of thought to open the portals, and through the portals send them straight into the desert planet, put them into the physical forms with the spirit of thought by default, and activate them the pain and suffering every atom electron of their beings, and then with the spirit of thought, let them feel the pain forever and ever for eternity on the hell, on the desert planet and into the hell with the spirit of thought by default, without mercy, and demanding, commanding to Sophie and every man and ask the cushion of the light with the spirit of thought by default, to open up, to answer on my call without mercy with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. I love you. And all those souls are trying to make me yawn. So whatever they are associated with that, we destroy them, returning back to the soul. Some are multiplied by every electron that they ever that they ever generate through me or each and every one of us. And we return the pain and suffering to all those souls, by every atom, electron, and that we ever created, generated, activated, invested, or in every form, in any way we created, in every second, in the name of mind and us. Everything is by the laws, rules, and regulations, so by default, with the speed of thought, by default, I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. So, my beautiful friends, I'm commanding to those souls, some of you will ever regret that you have existed. Listen, all those souls, I've told them there is no other power, there is no one that can change the therapy that I've prescribed them. They need to know that. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. There is no one that can change them the therapy that I've prescribed them. That's going to be forever and ever, for eternity. They will have to spend it, use it. All the therapy that I prescribe them, which means they will have to go through the pain and suffering forever and ever, for eternity, that they will ever regret it that ever existed. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden manifold. So now, my beautiful friends, so I'm demanding to Sophie, and everything's mine, and I'll speak level light with the spirit of thought by default. To all those souls, that were sometime active into the project, but they were not playing it wasn't a dirty game, even though that they were playing. I was destroying them. They were destroyed already. Even if they're not, their time is up. The same, those souls, Tiggy, and all the souls, that were not cooperating, the cooperating, time is up. Time is up. And I'm commanding to Sophie, to all everything is mine, and I'll speak with the spirit of thought by default, to clear up our bodies with the spirit of thought by default. Check them out. Straight into the desert planet, into the hell, forever and ever, with the spirit of thought by default. And I'm commanding to Sophie to open up the I've said that already, to create a planet where we're gonna where the energy will be taken there, all the solar summer, all the energy that is polarized with the dark intention, and towards the against the Sophie, and anything that is directed towards Sophie, everything is mine, and I'll speak with light is with the thought by default, that is directed directly or indirectly by those solar summer, all the dark energy, all that energy, demanding, commanding, all those gods, and demanding, commanding to be completely destroyed, break into the atoms and electrons into the air, and of course send it straight into the desert planet, into hell, forever and ever, to be burned with the spirit of thought by default. And those souls as well who did that, who polarized it as well, and who are those that were stealing the energy from us with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. I'm loud and clear with the spirit of thought. I'm demanding, commanding to Sophie, and everything is mine, and I'll speak with light with the spirit of thought, to answer on my call and my command with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Without mercy, with the spirit of thought, flush comes soul, with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden manifold. So, my beautiful friends, it's time to those souls, it's time to destroy them forever and ever, to clear up our bodies, to set ourselves free. Well, those souls will regret that ever existed forever and ever, for eternity. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden manifold. So it's time now, my beautiful friends, to create a better future for all of us. So now those souls, some of the playing the dark, dirty games through their religious, all those religious leaders and all those in the power, into the wherever they are, into the government, to the systems, so throughout the entire planet, with all those souls, some are now destroying forever and ever with the spirit of thought by default, whatever time, whatever form they are. We just completely take them out from all their forms. First, this energetic form, and demanding, commanding, Sophie, and everything is mine, and I'll speak with light to the spirit of thought by default, to with the spirit of thought. Arrest those energetic forms first, break them into the atoms and the piece, atoms and electrons, put them into the sleep, take all the energy and all the technology and everything that they have, all the energy and the power with the spirit of thought, return them back to a sleep, into that, put the sleep, those souls into physical form, and then activate them, all the pain and suffering and the soup and the ultimate one into the physical form of those soulless Amma with the speed of thought by default, to let them go down the rabbit hole, which means straight into the hell with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Down the rabbit hole, for them, returning the karma's pain and suffering of rabbit hole. You know how deep is a rabbit hole. So we return them their pain and suffering of karma, all those rabbits, all the holes, and all the balls, and everything that those soulless Amma have ever, in any way, projected, will try to project on each and everything, misuse the use, and all those documentary and everything that those soulless Amma were recording, we in any way creating with the dark intention. We multiply all those karmas, pain, and suffering with the speed of thought by default, by the laws, rules, regulations of by default, to all those soulless Amma with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. So now, my beautiful friends, you know that the biggest criminals were involved into the religion, into that they were hiding behind the religious uniforms, into the all those agencies that were pretending to be our saviors, that were pretending that they were working for the humanity. Behind all of those names, big names, CIA and all those other criminal organizations, NATO, UN, EU, and G7, G20, behind all of those, Red Cross, behind all of those organizations were hiding the biggest criminals, the biggest, the soulless Amma, dark, dirty, psychopathic players that were playing the dark, dirty games. We destroyed the 13 families of those soulless Amma, you know, the George Soros. There were, and all other those soulless Amma, there were 13 families that were into those are the alien, those are the soulless Amma into the physical form, just dark, dirty, psychopathic players. Actually, to make it clear, they are the evil into the physical form is being incarnated. So which means all those Satanists, all those globalists, all those Masons, all those Illuminati, all those cabal, all those deep state, and all those dark, dirty, psychopathic players, in whatever form they are, wherever they are, and all those fallen angels, and all those demons, wherever time, whatever form they are, we destroy them forever and ever with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And we multiply them, the karmas, pain, and suffering. Everything goes by the laws, rules, and regulations of by default of all the symbols that they were creating, and then coding it with any kind of darkness and negativity, dark intention. We multiply them with the pain, and suffering, and activate it to all those soulless Amma with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden mediphone. So, my beautiful friends, those soulless Amma were putting the symbols on everything, not on everything, but on the things that we eat, that we drink, that we use, which means all those soulless Amma, into putting the names of the demons into the cleaning products, onto the cleaning products, and it's the name demon. So they wanted the demon to shine, but the demon will shine with their light, dark light, which means they would be burned forever and ever with the spirit of thought by default. In the name of mine and our light, demons are never shining and never will, but will be destroyed forever and ever with the spirit of thought and break into the atoms and electrons in every second by default with the spirit of thought, and regret that ever existed. In the name of mine and our spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. So demons are not shining, they are dark. So we are returning them the karmas, pain, and suffering with darkness and negativity with the spirit of thought by default forever and ever for eternity. All of that is multiplying by the laws, rules, and regulations with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden mediphone. My beautiful friends, and just while it's raining, Now, what's happened, my beautiful friends? It's raining. So now we bless the rain. Let us, all of us, bless the rain. In the name of mine and ask your light with the spirit of thought by the fall. We're blessing every drop of the rain with the spirit of thought that's falling right now here, that ever did, that will do so. With the spirit of thought, by all the blessings that ever, by the laws, rules, regulations, or by the fall, by all the blessings that ever I did, I bless or everyone and everything in the name of mine and our spiritual shall light with the spirit of thought by the fall, by everything that multiply, all the laws, rules, regulations of by the fall, all the systems and the principle of multiplications. That's good, because those souls, some of it stealing our energy, so they had to return the energy back to us. So they're returning into the form of rain. We bless the rain. With the rain, we bless the rain as well, with everything and with all the blessings that multiply the rain again. With extra, and then by the every snowflake, by the every atom electron of the nature kingdom, by the everything that multiply Mother Earth. I'm saying it's not Mother, it's the free for humanity, I would say, because it's holding us on her ground. So everything that multiply the earth, that multiply every atom electron of our beautiful planet, with the air element and the nature kingdom, elemental kingdom, animal kingdom, birds kingdom. I'm just looking, because suddenly start showering and raining like the it's that's the meaning that those souls, because they were interfering to my life, and all they were just they are barking like the dogs all the time and chatting. So now they were stealing the energy. Now they had to return the energy. So we multiply all of that blessings over and over again by everything that I ever multiplied, that we ever did, that everyone did in every form, with the spirit of thought by default, that multiply the humanity and nature kingdom, elemental kingdom, animal kingdom, birds kingdom, fish kingdom, and the sun and the moon and the planet stars and the galaxies, that multiply every tree, every flower, every plant, every mountains and everything that ever existed, and that multiply the ground, under the ground, and the sun and the moon, with all the extra ultra 124 with the speed of thought by default, and we'll multiply all of that, and then add up, compress, but everything with every cause that ever spoken, written, and then compress. We compress, add up, and completely multiply, and all of those blessings with the speed of thought by default, and add up with extra all in one, and then we bless ourselves, humanity, and everything multiply, add up, compress, and of course summarize and multiply over and over again with the speed of thought, and prescribe the blessings to all of us, to a beautiful planet, to humanity, to each and every one of us, and our families and friends and our soulmates, and everything that we have, or that we have completely, our homes, properties, cars, vehicles, business, and everything that we do, see, hear, and everything that we eat, that we drink, that we wear, that we feel, into all of those projections of those souls, some of it is spirit of thought by default, compress into every drop of the rain, bless it, and add it up, and multiply and compress the blessings with the spirit of thought by default, by every snowflake that ever as well, that ever has fallen down, by everything that multiply every region of the earth, and then the Arctic, and then of course South and North Pole, and then multiply everything by the laws, rules, regulations, or by default. Antarctic, that multiplies, and then of course that multiplies all those places that those souls somehow were hiding and working the dark, dirty work, then multiplying the religion and the centers of those souls, some centers of the power that will multiply then multiply all the systems and all the governments and the police and the army and everything. And so it was It was, I'm just looking, it was heavy rain, suddenly just started. Now it's just it's just falling down now nicely. So that's we got the energy. So we compress all of that into the every drop of the rain with the speed of thought by default in every atom and electron of the water element, the drop of the water element and the air element. So let it be blessings wherever it reaches, in whatever form it reaches, in whatever form, wherever in whatever form it reaches the water in the on this planet and beyond throughout entire existence. In the name of mine and now spiritually shall light for the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul. I'm demanding, commanding in the name of mine and now spiritually shall light for the spirit of thought by default to multiply all of the answer on my call and demand without mercy with the spirit of thought, to multiply all of that over and over again by the laws, rules, and regulations, or by default. As many times as is needed for the speed of thought by default. In infinite, I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. I love you. So now, in the name of mine, and now speak shall have a light for the spirit of thought by default. We are blessing ourselves and protecting and healing and enlightening with the spirit of thought, while destroying those souls, some in whatever form they are, wherever they are, with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Let us now, my beautiful friends, let us now just send the destructive energy to those souls. I'm calling it Flashkam Tsigi. Flashkam Sole Sama, which means you that are with me, you know already that participating and following me in my language, you know it already. Knew my friends and light workers, and I would say light workers, golden soul, I'll call you. You just need to. See that. Let us put the flashcam sole sama, flashcam sole sama, which means you see the golden match that's flying throughout the entire planet, entire universe, from within and without. I used to just let me explain to you. I used to fly with through the heaven and with my golden match, and I used to and I had a fire at the top of it, and I used to fly through the heaven and then just destroy, command to those souls, to all the masks to fall down, and all the of course command the masks to fall down and the protections, and then with the match all destroy them and putting the fires and destroying those souls. So that's how we when we destroy them into the centers where they were, with their words, the world. So we destroy them forever and ever. But then after that, they started to run away through the universe. That's a dark, dirty playground. But we were flying through the entire heaven and destroying those souls. When I'm saying flying, we were flying with those spiritual forms. So our physical form, where I was watching myself flying, my forms were flying to the heaven and destroying those souls, in whatever form they were, ever they are. So with the golden match. So now those souls, wherever they are, I've told them they cannot hide from me anywhere, because we see everything, we hear everything, we know everything. So wherever time, whatever form they are, there is no way that they can hide from us, and there is no way that they can avoid pain and suffering and eternal hell. Wherever they are, I'm loud and clear, and they need to know that up until now, those souls that were breaking the laws, rules, and regulations, that were playing the dark, dirty games, and that were balancing their karmas and then attacking me energetically in any way, or us through us, and projecting any kind of pain and suffering through us, in order for them to balance their karmas. That they have not balanced their karmas, I'm going to return them the karmas, pain and suffering forever and ever, for eternity, and with the spirit of thought by by default. Well, I'm protecting all of us in the name of man and now spirit of light with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. I love you. And I'm demanding, commanding to Sophie and everything is mine and now spirit of light with the spirit of thought by default. To answer on my call, on my command with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. I love you. So my beautiful friends, that much was given to me. So of course I was flying through it and I was just saying, other gas. So I was just flying and destroying the solace, man, other gas. And then, just put it on the max. And then of course, flying through the heaven and of course destroying the solace, and I was seeing myself, I was just focused on the destroying the solace. I didn't pay attention to anything, but I know that I was saying other gas. So I was just like other fire, destroy the solace with the spirit of thought by default. After we finished in the spiritual form, after we finished destroy the solace, and then after that, I just got the message that I was saying to Tristan, which is my soulmate, that I was saying to him, other gas, so that we destroy the solace with the spirit of thought by default. So of course, whatever he does, wherever he is, whatever he does, he is adding the fire and the pain and suffering to those souls, in whatever form they're returning, that the karma's pain is suffering, and with the spirit of thought by default to all those souls, in whatever form they are, in the name of mine, and now spirit Krishna light with the spirit of thought by default, and demanding, commanding to Sophie and everything is mine, and now spirit Krishna light with the spirit of thought, which means from the physical and spiritual energetic form, he returning the karmas and multiplying the karma's pain and suffering in every form, with the spirit of thought. I'm demanding, commanding to Sophie and everything man and ask people shall light with the spirit of thought by default to answer on my call and my command with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. So my beautiful friends, now it's time to create a better future, to create a unity between us, all of us, that the mind and us, being Krishna light with the spirit of thought by default, while destroying those souls, some in every form, in a physical and energetic. Their time is up, I've told you many times, but I'm repeating that again in order to multiply them the energy and of course let them go straight into the hell, burn them into the hell forever and ever with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And all those souls, some that we're stealing, at some point of time, we reached the point. We were destroying the souls very fast with the speed of thought. We reached the point to that we came to the symbolically to the love and light, which is I used to use the colors that were representing that. So we came to that point where we used the the pink color was representing love, and the yellow, golden, or yellow, any kind of yellow and gold is representing light. So we came to that point where we had I was using everything that is pink. So now, after some time, the Soulless Sama stole the energy, or what they did, I'm not sure, and no one explained that to me. And later on, Sophie said to me that she, but I read from on the internet, I found some information on the internet that were returned, that they so-called return us back for a year. But my beautiful friend, they cannot return us back for any time in any way. But what happened? They probably they stole the energy. They've stolen the energy that I was creating. So if that's what's happened, Sophie later said to me that she allowed that because she wanted to destroy all those souls that were not directly interfering into our lives, into our planet, but they were doing not directly, but indirectly through other and the planet, stars, and the galaxies. So anyway, was that whatever so from that pink, we return it back into the green. which means, or blue, which means those soulless AMMA have stolen the energy and manipulated with the energy that they shouldn't. So in the name of man and aspect of life to the speed of thought by default, I'm demanding, commanding to SOPHIE and everything is man and aspect of life to the speed of thought by default, in every form, without mercy, to answer my call and my command with the speed of thought by default, to with the speed of thought destroy all those soulless AMMA, put them into sleep, break them into atoms and electrons into pieces, send them straight, open the portals, through the portals, put them into their physical forms, and then activate them, the pain and suffering in every cell of their being, and send, let them be destroyed forever and ever, burn forever and ever for eternity into the hell with the speed of thought by default. And while we are taking over all the energy and the power that they ever have stolen from each and everyone else, and everything is mine, and us be a life with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear, without mercy, and demanding and commanding to SOPHIE to answer my call, my command with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, SOPHIE, my golden soul, my golden metaphor. So all the energy that those souls somehow have stolen that time, because I was aware of everything there, the rule was set up in place when the physical form is aware of the things that's going on. Those souls somehow had to stop any kind of dark, dirty game, and we're destroying those soulless AMMA. So those soulless AMMA had to stop, which means I was aware of everything, and it did